Okay, my friends, welcome to Future Fridays. It's another amazing Friday here with you, and we are joined by a very special guest speaker today. You have heard a lot from teachers, right, so far. And today we have a special guest with us who is a high school student. He is a junior at Laguna Beach High School, and he has taken a bunch of different CCA classes, which are career technical education classes. So he's going to share his story with you of the classes that he took and what he learned from them. And then you can ask him questions about the classes that he took after we're all done. Okay, so everybody's attention on Sean, our guest speaker today. Pay attention so that you can ask some questions at the end. And with that, I'm going to pass this over to Sean to go ahead and take over. Sean, welcome.
Thank you. Let me get my thingy up. Okay. So yeah, as Miss Nguyen said, my name is Sean, and I am 11th grade, and I go to the Laguna Beach High School. And today I'll be talking to you guys a bit about 3 technical career pathways that I have been taking. So a bit about me. I love building and I love creating and things that are hands-on. Here's a picture of me building a Lego Bugatti Chiron. It has 3,599 pieces. It was very technical and I had to take a few days for that. And over here is my motorized car that I personally built from just like engineering. I also like all different types of vehicles, like cars. Like this is Forza Horizon 4. Not sure if any of you know who that is. Don't know what that is, but it's a video game that I like to play. Um, this is a remote control plane that I got, I believe, for my birthday or Christmas. No, sorry, Christmas present, which now is on top of the high school. So that's kind of hilarious. But I also like boats and tanks, so that's also a really good thing I like to talk about. So the 3 CCA and CTE pathways that I'll be covering over today's lesson would be graphics design, auto, systems programming. Very fun courses I've been taking. So this is graphics design. I did this in grade 10. We used Adobe Illustrator. We used Corel Draw, and to cut this picture, we use a glass cutting machine. And this was a tribute to my old dog, Shannon, who died because of cancer, which I thought this would be a nice tribute to my dog. We did this in my multimedia class, which was a really fun class. Would recommend it. And then in the same class before the pandemic, we were designing and making 3D coasters for your like mugs or what you put your glasses on. So Adobe Illustrator again was used to make these. And as you can see in the picture, there are different depths and different like patterns I did to this because I wanted to see which one would look better. They both came out really well, I would think. And this is the machine that we used to do it. And this is used to align the printers to center it. And then in 11th grade, I was doing Adobe Illustrator again to do a leaf project, which we had to take this leaf and make it like a cartoony leaf like this. And I think it came out really well. And this is me making the leaf in Adobe Illustrator, and we were doing it off of a video which she sent us in our Canvas. Um, and this project was really fun. I really did like it, and I am happy with my project the way it turned out. So this is multimedia design honors, and this was a shirt design that we had to design for our cross country team, which we were tasked to make it to look old, which was like little specks. I don't know if you can see that, but like there's these white specks which made it look like really torn, tattered, and like looks like it's from like the like 1960s or something, like very old. And this is the printer that they used to print them, and that's an example of someone's shirt that they made. It's not mine though. And we also used Adobe Photoshop for this, not Illustrator. Forgot to mention that. Sorry. So what's next? If I can do it, I'm gonna try and take 3D media design because I've always wanted to do 3D printing and stuff like that. Because like you can make stuff that like you create. It's like a printer. It's just like instead of printing 2D, it prints like a three-dimensional shape. So this is 3D design software that uh, this class uses to do 3D printing, and these are 3D printers that are in the multimedia design class. So now we're going to move on to auto mechanics. So Mr. Mack's workshop is in Elisa Niguel High School, and I'm still taking it this year with grade 11. So far, we've learned about internal combustion engines, electrical systems, brakes, exhausts, fluids, cooling systems, and alternative energy vehicles like electric vehicles like Tesla. I'm pretty sure every one of you have heard about Tesla. Um, very popular car. And also, replacing the engine was my most fun part when I was filling around the workshop. We helped our teacher replace his engine that he built, and then he got the frame for the car, and then we just put it in 4 screws. It was pretty easy to bolt the engine onto the actual car, so that was really fun. We also learned wheel balancing and alignment, which aligns the wheels so you don't get like too much or too not too much traction. So we can have like as much traction to the road as we can. And I had to do this myself, and maybe with like a few bits of help here and there. So I was trying to get this to work and the battery gauge to work to light up and tell us the battery. And I also put the indicator lights on, but I didn't take the photo afterwards. So that's why it's not there. That's why I can't see it. So what's next? I'm gonna try Auto Technology Honors grade 12, and hopefully we might see a few electric cars in there. Maybe, hopefully, but I mean it's also a really interesting topic to learn about, like hydrogen or electric, better for the economy. So now this is systems programming. So this I took in grade 9, and this was AP Computer Science Principles. This is just an example of a Java-based code that we did in this class. And for changing the brightness of a color was part of the AP project. So we had to design a web page, I believe, for code, so we had to put this set of code in, and then I believe it translated this code to this code, which was to get like all this like extra dotted lines and stuff, and this is the end product that we had. So I know I've been talking for a while, so there's a little video that I put in here that's kind of I don't know, exciting, but like it just shows you a little bit about what we did in that class. So the robot had to go through these cones. No, not through them, around them, sorry. And then had to go around these bowling pins. And then after that, we had to put in the water and had to swim to the other side and back. And then it had to dry itself off and then run over a ramp, and then we were done. So that's that. Oh wait, nope. There we go. And then just on my free time, I've been playing Roblox and programming games on it. I've been trying to make one. Like I've been trying to remake some games that have been taken down because of the updates. They weren't able to work. So, and this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure some of you may know what the studio looks like, but this is what it looks like. So what's next? If I can fit in my schedule, I'd probably take either AP Computer Science A for grade 12 or either Introduction to App Development in grade 12, which would also be fun. So for when I get an actual job that is hands-on, technical, creative, one day I'd like a job that's hands-on, technical or creative, or maybe even all of those. I would like it to include either vehicles, Lego, or it could be a dream job, which could be at Bugatti. I would love to be involved in a team that designing like a beautiful art piece, like creating the latest Bugatti. Another dream job would be to work for Lego. Like I said, I would love to design a new Lego creation, like maybe whether it's a new vehicle or like a sci-fi type build. Like it's what you can like think of. And also Roblox also offers a lot of opportunities as a developer, and at least 1,250 developers earned at least $10,000 last year from their games. And that could be you guys. Like if you guys designed a Roblox game, like you could be like, if your game is successful, this could be you. I could use my programming skills to write a car game, and my graphic skills to do the background images. My knowledge of cars would definitely be pushed to the limits for the game's theme, because I know a lot about cars, and my graphics, yeah, would be tested. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you so much, Sean. You know, for all of our fourth and fifth graders in here, this is a really cool way of showing how three classes that seem very different from each other, right? Everybody like auto, programming, and graphic design, we think that they all kind of exist on their own. But when we hear Sean talk about it, we see how they're also connected, especially if you're interested in designing and cars, right? Like it's important to know about cars. You take auto technician, right, as a class, or automotive technology. But if you're interested in cars, you also, and you want to design, taking something like graphic design will give you that design component of that job, right? And then programming is important because cars are becoming increasingly digitized, electronic, right? There are a lot more computer pieces in cars now. And so that's important as well for you to learn if you're interested in something like that. But it can be applicable to so many things. So thank you so much, Sean, for sharing your story with us. What we're going to do now is we're going to open it up to questions. First of all, some really kind students wanted to share that they share their sympathies for your loss of your dog. I know that Kate had mentioned that, so that was very sweet of you to say that for the people who mentioned that. But let's get to some questions. Okay, so one of the questions is from Savani, and Savani asks, what are other programs that students can use that are good quality for graphic designing that are very cheap or free? Because obviously, like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator cost money. So do you know of anything cheap or free that students can use to practice graphic design?
I would probably say either Google Drawing. Like if you go to your Google Drive, you could go to Drawing. But I don't know, like if you wanted to like print something like for like 3D printer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like a Adobe style like thingy that is for free that is equivalent, but maybe 3D viewer
Okay,
where you can like create 3D shapes. But
well, that's a good
I don't
start.
know about the printing though.
I would say for graphic design, if you just want to start small, Tux Paint is
Yeah.
free. So you can try Tux Paint. You can also work on something like Canva, which will help you design graphics, right? And that's a good start for a student who is just starting. So another question is, do you use Python for coding, Sean?
Do I use Python?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've worked on Python a bit. I mean, that's a really good program to learn as well. Just like I see about computer programming, I heard that JavaScript is quite challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It can be, but like if you got some like lessons, it'll probably like coding is definitely pretty challenging to learn. Right. I do agree.
Is there like something super simple that students can start with that want to learn coding? Is there something like super elementary and easy?
I believe there's a program called code.org, which is a really fun thing where it just gives you like bars to like click together, and then you can practice.
I think that's a great recommendation. Yeah.
As you level up, you can change it to the writing.
Okay. I think that's actually a great start. So everybody keep that in mind. What was that again, Sean? What was the website?
Code.org. Code.org. If you want to put that in the chat. Yeah,
you could do that. That would be great. Just make sure you're sending it to attendees and panelists when you do that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. What are the games you're trying to make on Roblox, I think?
I'm trying to recreate Call of Robloxia 5 because that game was like pretty fun, and the developer kind of doesn't really have enough time to work on it. Although they are making a Call of Robloxia 6 apparently, which is, I don't know if people who play Roblox know, but there's this game called Phantom Forces, which is kind of like a predecessor or a successor to that other game that got taken down. Really love that game, but they're trying to make a Call of Robloxia 6. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I'm looking forward to Call of Robloxia 6 as well, but I'm going to try and remake the old version as well as I can.
Nice.
To the best of my ability.
Somebody wants to know how long each class is. So for your CCA classes, how long are they? Are they year-long, semester? How often do you meet?
So I know the computer science was, I believe, for a semester, but it depends on like when you do it. Like let's say like if you are like when we get, let's say if we get out the pandemic, I believe it would probably be about a semester. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of these classes for the CCA classes, a lot of them can be a year long, right? A lot
Yeah,
of
like
them.
the auto mechanics, I believe, is a year-long class.
Right. And some of them can be offered on campus while you're in high school during the day as part of your normal schedule, and other classes will be after school. And those classes are usually not every day. They're actually just a couple days a week or a few days a week, and they last a little bit longer. But you'll have a
Yeah.
lot of options once you get to high school. Somebody is really excited and wants to know what grade you can start 3D printing at. You can actually possibly start in middle school, depending on the middle school that you go to and what CTE options they
Yeah.
have at your middle school.
I mean,
Um,
it just depends on if they have the right equipment.
right,
Like I know
right.
you could probably start 3D printing in LBHS at about ninth grade or 10th grade, I
Okay.
believe, depending on if you get in.
Definitely, I think definitely by high school, there will be
Because I
CCA
know there's a
classes.
rule. Because I know there's a rule where like
Mm.
it goes seniors get the priority, and then the juniors get the next priority, then sophomores and freshmen.
So it's something to look forward to the older you
Yeah.
get, basically. So Roan wants to know, Sean, what's the hardest project you had to do in auto mechanic class?
The hardest thing. Uh Probably getting the monitor on that electric car to work, because I had to deal with all the fuses. There's
Mm.
so many of them. There's like this whole board that's like long, up to like 80 chunks long,
Oh,
and then there's like so many wires surrounding it, and then just like finding each one. Some of them are like worn off over time.
oh gosh. Yeah, that sounds very complicated. But I guess if you're into it, it's fun, right? Because
Yeah.
for some people, they'll look at that and be like, oh my gosh, no. But other people are like, whoa, this is awesome.
And also like there are like specific roles you can do, like electrician roles, or like an engine role, like where you actually fix the engine, do like the engine-y stuff, tires,
Design,
design.
right?
Yeah,
So that's a great point, Sean. Sean is mentioning to all of you that if you work in cars, there are different parts that you can work, like different areas in
because there's
automotive
like not like just
technology.
one person doing it. Like
Right,
let's say if you go to Audi, like there's not just one person servicing the cars, because like how would they get it done in time to get like the whole lot filled?
right,
Like it would just be like the whole thing would be back down the street.
right.
Uh,
Exactly.
so there's like different roles, they that all help each other, like there's like a team, like
Yeah,
like a sport, kind of like you all work as a team to score the goal, and your goal
right.
is to get this many cars done at a time.
Well, that brings up a really good point is that if you want to become an automotive technician, it's important to be a team player, right? Like it sounds like you need to be able to work with others and collaborate with others. So if that sounds like you, then that might work for you. Actually, Kayla wants to know, have you ever messed up on something and had to start the process all over again? And I guess this can apply to any of your classes, really, in graphic design, in auto, in program systems programming. Have you ever messed up and had to
i
start
think
over?
I think I have messed up on a few games, and then I just had to like oh shoot, like I got the code messed up, and then like now the game's like all glitched, and then like I deleted like a whole chunk of the map, and then I like haven't saved the map,
Oh,
and then I had to go all the way over and do it all again. Like I
man.
know I have had to do that sometimes. I think that happened to me like about 3 times in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of the process in
Yeah,
everything that we do,
you
right?
learn.
Everybody, you
You,
learn, you're gonna mess up, and you have to kind of like learn from that.
yeah.
Let's see here. Other questions. There's so many questions coming in. How long does it take to program something?
To program something, it would probably take about maybe about a month, depending on how many things you had to program.
Right.
But the minimum, I think, like if you had to program, probably like let's say on Roblox, it were to program like every single thing on one car, it could probably take you about a few weeks to like maybe a few months.
Hmm.
Like let's say like if you just like keep on forgetting to work on your game at all, like it can take like forever.
Right.
Like you'd pretty much not ever get it done. Like I'm like I have like a specific time, like chunk of my day, I have to work on that game.
Right.
That's what I say to myself. Like I have to spend at least this much on the game. And
So
then
it sounds like it takes a lot of time depending on the project, but this is also, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but this is a project that you're working on just for fun, right?
yeah,
Yeah. And so keep that in mind too, everybody, is if you like something, do it for fun outside of school. It doesn't have to be a class, right? Like if you're
like
super
don't feel
interested in
forced to
it,
do it. Like
exactly.
I'm not here to be like, go take that class. You must take it. I'm not saying
Right.
that. I'm just saying like do what you like doing. Like if this is one of the classes that you might feel like you might want to take when you're like older,
Mhm.
like just go ahead, try it out. If you don't like it, then you can always talk to your counselor or like principal or something and just say,
Exactly.
do you think I could remove this class and then replace it or something?
Right. This is an opportunity for everybody to experiment and to try things that you might be interested in. That's kind of the purpose of the class, right? And somebody asked, is there a class in middle school to help you with high school classes? And that's what your advisor will be for, your counselor. You can take CTE, like investigation labs at the middle school where you can try a little bit of everything so that by the time you get to high school, you can start zeroing in on specific classes that interest you, like Sean did through his high school journey, right? Somebody really wants to know what engine you put in the Volkswagen Bug. Do you know that?
I believe it was like uh, two, either a two on one side and two on the other side
Mm-hmm.
cylinder engine, or
Mm-hmm.
one two-cylinder engine in total.
Okay. Okay.
I
So,
believe it was designed by Volkswagen as well.
well, that would help. Going into a Bug, I would imagine. I don't know anything about cars, so
Yeah.
you would know more than I do. So somebody else is learning this stuff really hard. Obviously, you're going into these classes not knowing much about this stuff at all. Was it hard? Do you have to know anything before you go into these classes?
Um, Knowing a little bit can help, but like once you like if you ask your teacher like look, I don't really know much or anything about this class, just could you help me understand a bit more? Like asking your teacher definitely will help you. Like communication, it's what my coach says. Communication is key in a sport. Like you can't win without communication. Like
Right. I agree. I absolutely agree. Right. We gotta voice what we need. Otherwise, nobody's ever going to
you
be
got to
able to
speak
help
up.
us. Yeah. So, what class is your favorite of the three CCA classes that you took?
I would say my favorite would be either graphic design, the one with like I was cutting cardboard. No, not I'm saying cardboard. Wood.
Uh-huh.
Either the wood cutting program or the auto mechanic program. That was really fun. And also, I don't think the auto mechanic really needs much. Like you could just be like you could probably just not know anything, but then like be like, okay, so this is how an engine's diagrammed. So oh, that part is going there. uh so I must get this screw in there and then put this cover on and then tighten all the bolts along the top and then put
Right.
like the spark plugs in. Like you can basically map it out and know where everything is around the engine.
Yeah. No, that I think visuals are going to be really important for something like that for sure. So, Sean, we're coming up to our time, and before we end Future Fridays for today, do you have anything that you want to share with our fourth and fifth graders, just to give them some advice? I mean, the fifth graders are going to be going into middle school soon. What advice would you give them, just as students who are trying to learn about what's out there in the world for them by like way of careers and stuff?
I'd just say keep on keep on doing it. You guys can eventually get just like I was, or you could just basically don't let your dreams be small, make your dreams be bigger. Dream big, you know? Don't
I love it.
don't be down there. It's like, oh, I can't do it. Just like say, we can do this, we can just finish strong.
I love it. And you absolutely can, right? And all of you have a lot of help. You have counselors, you have teachers, you have college and career counselors at the district like me, right? We're all going to be here to help support you. Dream big, like Sean said. Go for it. If you like something, if you're interested in something, don't wait for there to be a class right now. Try to go on YouTube, figure out how to do it on your own, right? There are ways that we can learn, and you can please stay curious, right? Dig into those things that you like Sean did. He's working on building something on Roblox and building a game. You can do that too, right? Like nothing is stopping you. So keep that in mind. And with that, I want to thank Sean for his time. And I want to thank all of you for being so wonderful with all of your questions and being so kind and present. I opened up the chat so you can say thank you to Sean as you leave today. I know that you've been waiting for that. So feel
I
free
get
to.
it. It's been a long day
I
for them.
know. It's been a long day for all of us, I know, but we're almost there, friends. Okay, the weekend is here. I cannot wait to see you all next week where we'll be talking about sports medicine. What? So fun. Thank you, everybody. It's great seeing you. Thank you so much, Sean.